Hello YouTube, it's Jim Chapman, and I'm on several day hunt, 9-10 days down in Texas right now, and I'm stopping at a few different places. One of the places I'm stopping is the Lea Ranch. It's down south of Fort Stockton, between Fort Stockton and Sanderson, down towards the U.S.-Mexican border. I'm going to be doing a mule deer hunt later this year, and I wanted to go down again. I've been to the ranch a few times, but I wanted to go down with my buddy Chacho and kind of work through the area and get to know it before I go down for the mule deer. But while I was there, I took the opportunity to get in a bit of hunting for some of the sheep that they have, and they've got a few different things. They've got a breeding population of aoudad, really nice aoudads there. They've got some Dall sheep, and they have Catalina painted, and then they've got Spanish goats. The Spanish goats have been there for I don't know how long. It's where I shot one a year or two ago. That herd's been running out there for generations. Anyway, so I'm going to go work it, and the gun I'm using is the Harpoon. Now the Harpoon is a really cool gun if you haven't seen it. It's a Hatsan rifle, and it's a dedicated arrow launching gun. You can buy arrows for this gun from any sporting goods store. Again, they're a standard 20-inch aluminum. And that is one thing. They do recommend aluminum because of the high pressure. With fiberglass or carbon fiber, you have a chance of damaging the arrow. What I found though, rather than damaging the arrow, what I found with the carbon fibers that I've tried, I blow the tip right off the end. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the gun first, and then we'll talk about some of the other things. But this is the Harpoon, thumbhole stock, synthetic, side lever action. Nice action. I like that action a lot. It's got a nice trigger, not target, but it's a good tactile feedback, and it's a consistent pull. I like it just fine. The safety is in the trigger guard. Push it towards the right. It locks it. Push it to the left, and it takes it off safety. As you see, there's a shroud over this barrel, and the barrel itself. Here, let's just pull this arrow out. The barrel is a sleeve, and you just push this down, watch out not to cut yourself on the broadheads, and then you're loaded and ready to go. Like this a lot. Points well. It's got the weight, just settles in. It feels really good. And this is putting out arrows at up to about 600 feet per second, which, man, that's a high speed. I've used all the arrow guns, and you know, once you're up at 500, you're blowing past all the crossbows out there. So really, realistically, anything that's ever been taken with a crossbow could be taken with an air gun and a bolt. I mean, you're shooting harder than they are with the same arrows, the same same broadheads. Now, for broadheads, I got a whole bunch. I got a box, and I'm trying all different things while I'm out. This is kind of a toxic, it's not a toxic though, I do have some toxics as well, but it's a toxic type of head. The cloverleaf is what I call it. Have a few of these. I'll put up the names of the different broadheads and show you some pictures of the ones that I've tried with this. So I will tell you before I get out there that I like this gun. I've been shooting it. It's dead accurate. It's powerful. I mean, very powerful. I'd have to say overall, in terms of balance between power let's talk about velocity. The velocity of the arrows, accuracy, shootability. This has got to be probably my favorite arrow launching gun, dedicated arrow launching gun to be sure, out there.
We started out driving and glassing. Chacho spotted this group of rams bedded up and slowly browsing. I started my stalk, keeping wind in my face and brush between us. These animals see, smell, and hear very well. I dropped to the ground and I tried to scoot in closer. I could see the rams through the brush, but no shot presented. Then they started to move, so I stayed still and in cover until I could move. I then planned a new approach. I was able to move up to a tree and slide under the branches. The rams were feeding out from behind a tree when I saw my shot. Oh! Just as I squeezed the trigger, another ram I hadn't seen stepped between the one I intended to shoot and my gun. After the shot, the ram ran off and I gave him some time. The ram that stepped out between us caught the arrow, going up through the shoulder, through the neck, and embedding in the horn. So I'm back home now, and I had a chance to really think through the hunt, go back and look at the footage, and I'm going to end up by talking a little bit about the hunt itself and talk about the gun and how it performed. Now, with respect to the hunt, as you saw, it was unfortunate. Just it was a good set of stalks. I went in first time on the animal. I couldn't get a shot. I could see him through the bush, but I couldn't get a shot. They started to move. I backed myself out, planned a new course of action. I went after them, slowly moved in. Well, these rams, they hear well, they see well, they smell well. You really have to plan out how you're going to approach them. So I got in the second time. I worked my way in. I got under a bush. I was able to sit down, and I could line up the shot. So I had watched a group of the rams move behind a clump of cactus, and I was just waiting for them to come out. And the one I wanted was a big brown and white one. It stepped out and just right where I wanted to shoot him, just as I was pulling the trigger. And so the second one stepped in and lowered its head to eat, but I was already squeezing the trigger. I couldn't pull back. Luckily, it was still a good shot. Not a great shot, but a good shot. Rather than hitting the ram I wanted with a double lunger, this one went up through the shoulder. I was sitting low on the ground, up through the guts of lung, in through the neck, and it embedded right in the antler, the horn rather. And it went so deep in the horn, I couldn't get the broadhead out. It went all the way up to the hub where it screws into the arrow. I mean, the penetration was really outstanding with this. So anyway, the 35-yard shot, I went through the animal, I went up into the horn, and he ran a ways, and when I got there, he was going down, but he wasn't completely dead. So I stuck a second arrow through the lung just to quickly end him. But I will say the gun performed beautifully. The shot went exactly where I was aiming. The reason I didn't hit the one was that the other one stepped in front of it. Anyway, the performance of the gun, really good. The gun itself, let's talk about that. The Harpoon is a dedicated arrow gun. I mean, there are some that have barrels that you can add, that have arrow barrels you can add on the gun, but this is a dedicated gun for hunting, arrow launching gun for hunting with arrows. As such, it's laid out, I think, beautifully. I really like the stock. It's a little on the heavy side, but I don't mind because it really pulls and centers when you're shooting offhand. You do a lot more. At least I do a lot more with air guns and arrows than I do with air guns when I'm shooting bullets or pellets. So I really find that good for the offhand shooting. The ergonomics of the stock are very good. The thumb hole grip is easy to get purchased. I like that I can adjust the cheek piece for a cheek weld that I want. That fits me, and the buttstock I can adjust also. I like the shroud on this gun is really a thing of utility in that it covers that thin, flexible barrel that's a sleeve for arrows to go over the top, and it covers your arrow while you're out moving through the bush. Really like it, but I also like the fact that it has those two clips for holding two additional arrows when you go out. It's nice to have those arrows. The gun gets about 10 shots per fill, so I mean that's really outstanding as well. You've got a whole day of hunting with this gun. The side lever action on it cocks really fast and smooth the cock. I like that side lever. You know if you watch my videos, that's my favorite action problem anyway, but they've done a really good implementation of it. So everything about the gun works the way that I wanted it. And I'm going to be using this gun a lot more for hunts this season. I think it's probably my favorite arrow gun that I've hunted with so far. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this hunt and talking with me about the gun. If you like these kind of videos, do me a favor, please. Smash the like button, share this, and subscribe if you haven't already, so you can keep up to date with new videos as they roll out. Really appreciate your support, and there'll be more coming later. Thanks.